Good afternoon to all students of grade 6 offering mathematics and bilingual. I'm your regular teacher, Jeremiah is my name, and I'm going to introduce to you this afternoon a new lesson. I hope you are all okay and you are doing well in your various homes. This is a new system which has been introduced by the chairman of our grade school through electronic transmission by bringing your learning process to your various homes. And indeed, we believe this is going to enhance your capabilities and to make you students to look more sharper when we come back from recess. Thank you. Attention to all students of our grade school in grade 6, both boys and girls, who are offering mathematics and bilingual. Good morning to you all, and I hope you are all safe in your various homes. I'm your regular teacher, and my name is Teacher Jeremiah Ankra, and this morning I would like to introduce to you a new lesson through electronic transmission model initiated by the board chairman of our grade school, Mr. Yunus Arabi, in order to facilitate your learning process and to bring your studies to you all at your various homes. Once again, welcome to this our electronic transmission model, and I hope you all stay glued to your chairs and your table with your notebook and pens in order to write down some very important keynotes of this lesson. Our lesson is probability. Our lesson is probability. What is probability? Probability is how likely something is to happen. You might also hear it called chance. You might also hear it called chance. Probability can be expressed as fractions, decimals or percentages, or on a probability scale. What is probability again? 1. Probability or chance is how likely something is to happen. 2. If something has a low probability, it is unlikely to happen. 3. If something has a high probability, it is likely to happen. Let's look at guitar. Guitar has this spinner, and on this spinner you have the numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. What is her chance of spinning the numbers in the boxes below? Match each box to the correct word. If guitar spin the spinner, what will be the probability of she recording an odd number? What will be her probability of recording the number 2? What will be of a probability of recording a number less than 10? First, let's look at the language of probability before we come back to that question. The language of probability are as follows: certain, very likely, even chance, not likely, impossible. The language of probability are certain, very likely, even chance, not likely, impossible. You can spin a number from 1 to 6 on this spinner. And on this spinner, the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Write a number that is impossible to spin. Over here, a number that is impossible to spin is a number less than 1 or greater than 6. A number less than 1 or greater than 6 is the number that is impossible to spin. On the other hand, these marbles are hidden in the bag. The bag is shaking. And inside the bag, you find these marbles: striped, spotty, white, and gray. These are colors on the marbles. Petit pulls out one marble without looking, because Petit wants to give an equal chance of all the marbles to be selected. Therefore, he picks out one marble without looking inside the bag. Then the question is, A. Which kind of marble is Petit most likely to pull out? And B. Explain how you know. For A, the kind of marble that Petit is most likely to pull out is white. And the explanation is that because there are more white marbles than any other color. How to express probability? Probabilities are most commonly shown as fractions. The probability of getting tails when you toss a coin is a 1 in 2 chance, or 1/2. The reason being that when you toss a coin, it will either land either as a head or as a tail. That means 2 chances. So the probability of getting tails when you toss a coin is a 1 in 2 chance, or 1/2. The probability of getting a 3 when you roll a dice is a 1 in 6 chance, or 1/6. The probability of getting a 3 when you roll a dice is a 1 in 6 chance, or 1/6. Because on the dice, the number 3 appears only once on the dice. So 1/6 is a probability. Can you tell me what the probability is as a fraction? Question 1. What is the probability of rolling a 4 with a dice? Question 2. What is the probability of rolling an odd number with a dice? Question 3. A bag contains 7 buttons. 3 of them are green. What is the probability of picking a green button from the bag? And question 4. A bag contains 3 red and 5 green marbles. What is the probability of picking a red? Can you tell me what the probability is as a fraction? Now let's look at the answers from the questions. Question 1. The probability of rolling a 4 with a dice, the answer is 1/6. How did this happen? Because the 4 appears only once on the dice, so the answer is 1/6. 2. What is the probability of rolling an odd number with a dice? And the answer is 3/6. And 3/6 has to be simplified to reduce it to its lowest term, and the answer is 1/2. Because odd numbers on the dice are 2, 3, and 5. So 3 numbers. So it is 3/6, or 1/2 as a fraction. 3. A bag contains 7 buttons. 3 of them are green. What is the probability of picking a green button from the bag? The total number of buttons are 7. And out of these 7, 3 alone are green. So if you want to find the probability of green, it is 3/7. 4. A bag contains 3 red and 5 green buttons. 4. A bag contains 3 red and 5 green marbles. What is the probability of picking a red? The total number of marbles over here for red and green is 8. Therefore, for red alone, the probability is equals to 3/8. How to express probability? Probabilities can also be shown as decimals or percentages. The probability of getting tails when you toss a coin is a 1 in 2 chance, or 1/2, or 0.5, or 50%. A probability of 3/4 can also be shown as 0.75 or 75%. Can you tell me what the probability is? Now, my fellow students, take your notebook and your pens and write these questions down and then answer them. Question 1. What is the probability as a decimal of getting heads when you toss a coin? 2. Something that has an even chance of happening has a probability of what percentage? 3. A bag contains just 5 buttons, all of which are blue. What is the probability of picking a red button from the bag? 4. A bag contains 4 white buttons. How many black buttons must be added so there's an even chance of picking a white button? Now let's look at the answers from the question. Question 1. The probability as a decimal of getting heads when you toss a coin is 0.5, because anytime that you toss a coin, it shows either a head or tail, that is 2 chances. So 1/2, then you change to decimal, which is 0.5. Then 2, something that has an even chance of happening has a probability of what percentage? Even chance, that is the middle on the probability scale, which is half. So half of 100 is 50%. It's 50%. Then 3, a bag contains just 5 buttons, all of which are blue. What is the probability of picking a red button from the bag? And the answer is 0. 4, a bag contains 4 white buttons. How many black buttons must be added so there is an even chance of picking a white button? And the answer is 4. How to work out probability? Work out the probability of throwing an even number on the dice. Now, to work out a probability of throwing an even number on the dice, you have to follow the following 3 steps. 1. Count up the total number of possible results. Example, when throwing a dice, there are 6 possible numbers the dice can land on. The numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then step 2, then count up the number of results you are interested in. And in this example, you are only interested in throwing a 2, 4, or 6. All the even numbers on the dice, so you are interested in 3 numbers. And step 3, the probability of getting an even number on the dice is 3 chances out of 6 chances, which you write as 3/6 or 1/2. Probability scale. So a probability scale is made up of impossible, the middle is even chance, and then the last end is certain. And in between the impossible and the even chance, you have unlikely. And in between the even chance and certain, you have likely. Now, my fellow students, take your pens and your notebooks and then write this question and then answer. The sun will rise tomorrow. 2, you will live to be 500. 3, you can spin a coin and get ahead. 4, you see a bus on your way home. 5, you see an ambulance on your way home. Useful information. There are 52 playing cards in the park. And in this park, you have 4 suits. And the 4th suit comprises of clubs, spades, diamonds, and hearts. There are 13 cards in each suit, which comprises of A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, J, K, and Q. A regular dice has the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now let's look at an extension activity. You are going to toss a coin in the air a total of 30 times. This is an experiment you have to carry. Every time the coin lands, you are going to record whether you get a head or a tail. So write capital H for head and capital T for tail in the table below. How many times did you get a head? You write it. How many times did you get a tail? You write it. So you write the score you get each time in the table below. Once again, thank you for your attention, and stay glued to your chair and your table with your notebook and pens, and to write down some very important points down in this lesson. I hope this lesson will help you. I hope this lesson will help you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. May God bless you all. We will meet again in our next lesson. Thank you. Masalama.